Things you must know before choosing career as a MBA student. In this video, I'll be sharing few insights and few valuable information which can help you to choose the right start in your career, and it can help you to choose the right company so that you can have a better future. So this, whatever the information I'm going to deliver here, it is from my experiences. I have been working for corporates from past 10 years, and in this 10 years I worked for four companies, and four of them are different companies. And from in that experience, I'm sharing this knowledge with you guys. And definitely I feel this, if you know the person who is looking for the jobs now, and the person who is doing MBA and may come out in a year and a couple of years, and he wanted to go to the market. If you know these things, it will help you to place yourself in the better companies and have the better future. So for those who don't know about myself, my name is Shabir Kausala. Friends and family calls me Shafi, and currently I am a IT employee by profession, by passion. I'm a digital entrepreneur. I have my own company called The Internet Income Academy. We help the people to launch their businesses in online. So let's get started. So as I already disclaimed that this information, this insights, whatever I'm giving, this I'm sharing with my personal experiences. And definitely I feel that if you are the person who is aspiring to start your career and aspiring to start into the job market, if you understand these concepts, these things, how the market is outside, definitely it is going to help you prepare well for your your career, to choose your career. And you can have the you can start your job in best company and the better companies. Okay, so that is the whole idea about this video. So let's get started. See, basically, I divide all the companies into three platforms. Three, we can make it as a three segments. So in that, let me explain to you what are the three segments. I'll divide the companies into three ways. One is, the first part is, the first type of company is, these are consultancies. So basically, what is consultancy? For example, like Tata Consultancy Services, Infosys, HCL, Wipro. These are some, consultancies. So basically, what kind of work will be these companies are doing, and how the recruitment will work in these companies, and how, what level of expertise these companies are really looking for. So these things I am going to talk here. So first of all, let's understand what the consultancy means. See, consultancies means these companies, their biggest asset is their people, their employees. The biggest company's asset, you take any of these things like TCS, close to 4 lakh people are working, and Infosys 2 lakh crossed employees. And if you see in this space, they'll have a huge volume of people will be working for that companies, which means these companies will get the projects from other companies. Like these people will go to the other markets like US, Europe, and Australia, and Japan. From these, you know from these jurisdictions, they'll get the projects to work and deliver to the market. So that's why these people focuses on getting different projects from different companies. That projects, these people will work and they'll deliver. So basically, these people are not doing for their company, they'll be working for other companies and on the payroll of this company. Means, let's say you got the placement in TCS. So definitely it's not that you will be working the work related to TCS. You may be working for the work related to Deutsche Bank. You may be working work related to the some other company, Nielsen, and you may be working for someone like JP Morgan. So these people, the other companies like Deutsche Bank, JP Morgan, or Nielsen, these people will give certain projects to TCS or these consultancies. These companies will deliver that work, as they agreed. So ultimately what will happen here is, the first thing is, you will have a limited access to the data. Yes, because you are accessing other third party data, so definitely you will have certain limitations in access. And second part is, you will be having a lot of compliances to follow, means rules to follow, because you are handling other companies data and you are working for other company. You should follow the guidelines of that company and this company, both the companies. Your exposure towards to the work will be, I can say, limited. But this is the best place to start, because when you are working at the tight guidelines and the rules, then definitely the future will be, you can survive in anywhere. You can work for any other company once you start working here, and if you understand these cultures. Now let's talk about how many types of works these companies will do. So basically in these consultancies, three types of works you will be doing. Either you can be placed in the BPOs or BPS, which is business process outsourcing, business process solutions. So here, anywhere they can place you. So basically, what these guys does is, let's say they got the project from any other bank, some XYZ bank. They got the project to the certain company. Let's say here we are talking about anything like, you take any consultancy. That consultancy got the project from any company, some third party. So for them, these people will be servicing them. So these people will be providing the services to them. So how it works is, again, when it comes to services, then they don't depend on only one person for the complete process. You will be doing one chunk of the work, one part of that complete cycle. So that kind of work you will be getting. So in this, basically, one more thing which you should know here is, when it comes to this, BPOs and service sector, definitely they'll be working for 24 by 5 at least. In fact, there are some companies which works for 24 by 7, which means 7 days, 24 hours they'll be supporting. Some companies, they'll support 24 by 5, which means 5 days in 24 hours they'll support. So when you are choosing, company, you will be asked before you joining only whether you will be ready to work on shifts and all. So obviously you have to answer for it. If you are okay, you should okay, and if you're not, no. So that's the one thing here. And second level of work, what you will be doing here in these companies is, this is called KPOs work. KPOs work is basically knowledge process outsourcing. So what kind of work here people do is mostly of the analytical work, like analytical work, and some kind of generating the reports, for reports, report preparation, some kind of automations, reducing the workload. So these kind of works will be there in the KPO space. And in KPO space, again, so you will have the limited exposure, but better than BPOs. And it will have certain limitations as well, definitely, but you will have some leisure compared to BPOs. So that's the good part of KPOs. And here, definitely, you should have certain skill when it comes to BPO. Any general candidate can go and start learning that part, and they can do. When it comes to KPO, you should have some specialized skills. So maybe like, for example, you are working for SAP, you should know some ERP background and how the ERP skills works. And when it comes to, for example, you are working on any software related things, then you might be knowing little bit about Excel, advanced Excel knowledge like macros, and some level of a SQL. These kind of things are important in KPO. And the third important part in this segment is like consultancy segment, that is IT support and development. So basically, this is there is a development teams who will be working on developing certain products and certain processes. So you can work there. Like you may think like how a MBA guy who has studied the finance or other things, how he is going to work on the development side. See, there are a lot of financial institutions who wanted to build their products, but when it comes to the build their products, definitely there should be a person who have the knowledge on the financial products. The financial products are like equities and derivatives and fixed income. So these are like financial products, so commodities. So knowing these products is one of the important criteria in this space. Okay. And coming to support services, so support services again, here you will be working on the support level, like you don't work on the development, but you will be supporting them when any questions comes, like any problems comes, you will be supporting them. So these kind of three works will be there as a in consultancy. If you want to choose the job, then you will be placed as a BPO or KPO and IT support. These are the three major things in consultancies. If you understand these things, so definitely it will help you where you wanted to work. And the other thing is, let's see how much experience these companies looks. See, these companies will take from fresher to n number of years of experience. These companies will pick up freshers from some reputed colleges, and they'll train for 1 or 2 months and they'll be placed in the work. But if for example your company doesn't have any campus placements and you don't have any idea about the experiences, so still you wanted to go to these companies, how you can go is just start working for anywhere. Like maybe you work for a CA, you may work for one small company as a accounts department, you can work in any any capital ventures. Just go and work for some time, maybe a year or 1 year or 2 years. Just start working over there, gain the knowledge and understand the things a little bit, and then you apply for these kind of companies. So when you apply for these kind of companies in this manner, definitely they'll take it. And the best one of the hint for you guys is, if you're trying for to get the job in these companies, two things you must be ready. The question first is, are you willing to work on shifts? You should be ready to work on shifts. And number two is how early you can join. These companies will give the preference to the people who can join early and who can work in any shift. These are the two hints, guys. When you are applying for these kind of companies, you just when you come across this question, just before the HR ask only, you can tell that I can start working in next 15 days, I can start working in next 1 month. And so these things will help you to get prioritized your profile. And here the profile mainly they look for the general stuff. Once you go, you can do it. So that's how it works. About that, yeah. So salaries are the company, it will vary. And but in high give at the end, how what kind of salary ranges will be there in this space. So this is the first level of segment, the consultancy. So when you are applying for consultancy, and you are analyzing any company before you join. Let's say you got a so company. Just think of, this is the company of what? Is it a consultancy or a captive or product? Tell which is captive and which is not. So let's move. The next level is, see, the second level of the second segment companies is captives. So what is basically captives is all banks, in all banks, it could be, retail bank, it could be investment bank, it could be any kind of bank, any banks, okay. So a bank is of a captive, and you will like financial institutions. Goldman Sachs is one of the biggest financial institutions, which is yeah, very 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 good exposure, and high level of stuff will be running over there, like HSBC and JPMC, JP Morgan, JP Morgan Chase. So and many are there, like Deutsche Bank and Society General, Bank of America. There are so many companies like that, in a captive space where you can apply for these kind of jobs. Now let's understand what kind of work will be there in the captives, and how you can apply for the better, and how you can choose the uh, right department. See, basically, in my understanding, in captives means all the banks and financial services. They'll have three types of. I'll make them into three divisions. So I just wanted to make it simple, guys, so that you guys can understand each one of thing. So there will be front end and middle end and back end in every captive. If you go to any captive, you can find either a front end job or a middle end job and back end job. Understanding these things is very important. Initially, you will not understand. Over a period of time, if you work there, you will understand. Let's see what is the front end jobs. See, front end job is basically, let's take it any bank in that matter. You go to HDFC Bank or ICICI Bank, any bank, if you go that, who will be there? There are some people who will be working in their office. So that's nothing but their front office. Means there will be a people who can interact with the customer. Their main goal is to interact with the customer and help them to open their account in their branch, and having the loan in their branch, and these kind of things are front end jobs. This is called front end, who can interact with the customer. In that, mainly you need to understand, as I told, customer interactions. For these customer interactions, definitely you should have a good body language, and your communication skills should be good, and you should also present yourself, and you should have a little bit of service mindset, and you should have the mindset of sales. Definitely, you here the customer comes with certain need, and that need you have to uh, you fulfill that. So how you can, let's say, few people are coming for home loan or personal loan or gold loan or whatever it may be. For that, how you can help the person with the right structure, those kind of things will work on the front end. And so front end jobs are very good, and here you can develop your much communication skills, and how to deal with the people, and how to handle the people. These are the main criteria for these kind of jobs. And the second level in a captive space is, you should have the, there are support and analysis, I can say. So what is supporting is, basically, let's say somebody wanted to open an account, and the front end person said, okay, you can okay, this is the process, this is, but the documents whatever he's filling or he's submitting online, that will go to somewhere, right? That somewhere is nothing but the middle end people. The middle end people who is going to get this, they'll check all the required things are there or not, and they can create a account for that customer, they can give it to them. This is an example for the middle end job. So like this, for everything, there will be a team, like account opening team, account maintenance team, account closing team, and loans team, and and based on every product, there will be a team who will be working, and for them we can call it as the middle end officers, because these people don't interact with the customer, and they'll be supporting customer journey to be smooth in their process of opening a account, or whatever the services they are looking for. And the next level is analysis. So analysis is very 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 important. So they have to understand which loans are going to be bad, and the bad dates are what, and how performance of the, their basic capital structure is working, and what kind of tier 1 capital, how much is there, this kind of analysis and all they have to do, and they have to submit that reports to the, RBI in India. In other places like US, they'll have US Fed, and Australia they have APRA, and Europe they have EBA, like European Banking Association. This kind of things they need to submit their documents. So for that, analysis and submitting is one of the important things. These middle end jobs will fulfill that need. And basically this middle end, the same captives will hold from their side, and few portion of them they'll give to the outsourced. Like let's say they have some 100 candidates is required, they may be managing some 30 40 in their office, and 60 70 they can give it to the, outsourcing companies like consultancies where they'll be working. So that is how that risk mitigation factor works in the captive space. So here jobs are more like, you can choose either, placing depends on your criteria, you'll be placed over there. And third part is back-end jobs. So back-end jobs, again, again, call it as a development. Yes, certain captives they'll do their own development, whatever the products they need, whatever the reporting they need, whatever the, compliance they have to complete, that and all they'll do their own development. Let's say they wanted to build some macros, there will be a team who will be building the macros to streamline the processes. There will be, they wanted to develop certain tools which can help to calculate the, loan EMI rates, and loan, tenure, how much tenure, and based on the tenure the interest rate, and depends on your income levels the interest rate. These kind of things, there are certain teams who will be develop the tools and they'll be managing it. This is a one kind of work, and many other things based on their particular need, there will be a team who can develop and give the solution to them. That is one part. And quality is basically is the testing. So the team, whatever the development is doing, these people will be validating, and quality checking they'll be doing. So they have to find out what is the mistakes is happening, and so that they can make sure that 100% things are in right place. So in that space also, you can get into the job. So basically here what will happen is understanding the product is important, understanding the logics how it has to build. Let's say credit score is there for them, how much loans percentage we can give it. So that certain things, qualitating and developing is very very important. The other part is compliance. So compliance is basically, regulatory. When it comes to regulatory and legal, it is very important. Like if these people don't follow well, they'll be having a lot of fines on it. Let's say for example in India we have HDFC or ICICI, Axis Bank, whatever these private banks are there. And even in that case government banks, if they don't follow certain regulations like Basel norms, and there are many norms to follow, if they don't follow them, then definitely they'll be charged high fines. Because of, that these teams will help them to, to get to have the risk mitigation. Like in India, the biggest failures, like if you see, Vijay Mallya case and Nirav Modi, this bank biggest cases whatever has happened, that happened because of the failure of the, compliance. The compliance teams would have been caught them at the starting of, these loans is taking, that time they would have protected it. So that kind of jobs you can try. So these are in captive level, these are the, main areas to focus. You can choose, again when it comes to different skill set, they'll be looking for, each level. Like front end, you should be, good presenting skills and good communication skills, good interactive skills. Those are the skills. When it comes to middle office, a little bit of analytical thinking, and more of, play with the numbers, those kind of thing. When it comes to back end, again you should have, creative thoughts, and developing things, and technical skills. These are the skills mainly it is required in backend. So now let's move on to the next thing. See, now we covered the consultancies, you got the captives. The third one is product based. So product based, what is the product based company? So product based companies are like SAP, Oracle, GE, Tally, these kind of things are not like, they have the product in place. They have that product to sell it. This product they'll sell in the market. In that they'll get the revenues. These companies mainly focuses on creating the new products, launching new product, and let's say ERP system. Now, so many financial you take it any so why SAP has become so vast company, such a big company? Because their ERP system, all big companies are using. So in that, again, you can find different modules to go into. So there are other companies like Oracle, which I am working currently. So we also work on the product development. And there are like GE, and there are so many companies like Walter Clovers. There are European based companies, there are US based companies. So these companies will work mainly on product development. Now let's understand what kind of work these companies does. These companies main focus is on development side. So what is the development? Development is developing any product. Like you may need to develop a ERP product, you may develop to regulatory product, you may need to develop analytical product, you may need to develop as per the government regulation certain product to fulfill that need, to fulfill that softwares. These companies will work on developing a products. So in this product space you may get doubt, like see, the development and creating the products and all these are basically engineers do. Why MBS will be involved here? This doubt you may get as a fresher and as a person who is studying. Even I had that some 5 6 years back. Now let's understand. See, when they are developing a product, basically these products are financial product, not any general product. This is a financial product. In financial space, when you are creating, the developer, the engineer, whoever is developing coding and all, he may not know about the functional side of it, the understanding, like how the loans will be calculated. He may build the logic, but what he is building, he need a support from the finance guy who can explain him. So this is the formula for this, and this is works like this. And you may need to understand each product wise. Like there are so many financial products, like loans is one of the product, and bills receivable is one of the product, like equities, fixed income, derivatives, commodities, FX trades. So these all, there are different products for each product. There will be a different team and developing in that space. Definitely one MBA person requirement is there, who can help and resolve those things over there, and who can even guide the developer how they can go ahead. There will be a certain kinds of models they can, they can design the model and they can give it. For freshers also opportunity will be there, but these companies will take from the top level colleges. Like here students will come from NIITs and IIMs, and these places students, they'll take it and they'll train for close to 3 to 6 months completely in the training, then they'll take it to the work. So that is a one part. And number two is, here I wanted to say, I forgot to write, which is a quality and business analyst. See, this is the one of the important roles as a MBA candidate you can try. There will be a quality analyst and there will be a business analyst. So what these guys does is, quality analyst, again he will be doing the testing on the functional side. Let's say somebody has built, whether if I give my values, that is calculating the right way or not. If it is not calculating right way, they'll straight away they can throw that this product is not up to the mark. And business analyst is the one who will be, he'll be a coordinator between the, IT team and functional team, and there will be a quality team. He will be the coordinator between all the teams, and he will be collecting the data, and he will be resolving the issues between them. He is like a bridge between different teams. And this is also one of the good job to work, so where you will have a lot of exposure towards to the, all the teams. You will be having a, moderate level of technical skills. You need to have the moderate level of functional skills and as well. And you should be understanding the complete life cycle of the product. The business analyst will be working, and he should know these things to perform well here. And third level of is support again. Once we sold our product, let's these companies like SAP or Oracle, they sold their product to certain companies. The next job is they need a support, right? It's not that one time I delivered the product and no, I cannot leave it like that, right? That company has to support them. They'll get some queries, they'll get some problems, they'll get some, requirements in the future. The support team will be working and helping them to resolve from that. So that is one part. And fourth is sales. Yes, once the product is ready, and before getting ready, only sales team has to pitch into the market, and they could capture the market. So here again, you may think like, marketing specialized person only can be doing the sales and all. No, when it comes to financial product, any finance guy also can, with a certain level of experience, and if they are good at, uh, with the skills of interactive skills and customer skills, definitely they can try for these. This is called basically pre-sales team. So basically, there will be certain teams who will be creating the content for the salespeople to present the, customer, and they can go and bring the customer and they can sell. So this is how it works. These are the main four things in a product based company. To get in the job into this product based company, definitely these companies, if they wanted to take the freshers, they'll go for all big colleges, and they get the people from there. And uh, obviously the exposure will be more. You will be having a lot of access, a lot of, trainings, a lot of they can give you a lot of independent space for you, because here you are not that something who is working for a client. Here you are working for your company, and you are building that world class product for your company. So definitely these companies will believe on you and will have a lot of trust on you, and definitely you will be progressing it. So that is how these companies looks. And if you are a fresher, or if you are to get the job into these companies, that tip is here. You just master on one topic or one line of products. What does it mean? Let's say you are a good at regulatory compliance. Become good at the compliance side. Your experiences should be very, your knowledge, whatever you are getting that space, you will have a deep knowledge on one sector, like regulatory is your compliance, for example. Build the complete knowledge on that segment. Maybe Basel is one of the another subject area where you can build your knowledge. And like FX market, so you can build your knowledge on that. So even though if you're working for consultancy or captive, as a starting, you started your job there, and over a period of time, maybe after 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, once you get that experience, you can apply for these companies to get into, because here you will have a, here these companies doesn't work for 24 by 5 or 24 by 7. Here you will get the freedom of not having any shifts, first thing, and the freedom of working from homes. And and you will have a lot of exposure to it. So, you will have the product exposure, which the bank will be, you can see the customer side, how customer is going to see your product, and you can develop that product. And when you are, giving some works to the consultants, their people also will be reporting to you. That way you will have a largest exposure towards the work. and which is going to help you to uh, you know lead the better life. And obviously, yes, this is how this looks. And now let's come to, in terms of monetary, in terms of your pay scales. I don't want to comment anything on that, so but I'll give you. But definitely, the first consultancies is always, you can find, if you are a fresher, if you are a 1 to 3 years, I'm talking about, as a fresher or 1 to 3 years of experience guy, and you are starting with the consultancy, definitely it will be like, when compared to captive and product, the pay is less. If you start same thing in a captive, it will be like, better than consultancy. But if you start with the product, if you compare with the product, the pay will be less here. And ultimately, the product based companies will pay you more than compared to other two. They'll pay you more, they'll trust you more, they'll give you the responsibility more, they'll expect more. And captives, yes, they'll at the moderate level in this segment, I can say. But my suggestion, my tip for you guys, try to go for the product based companies as early as possible, at least not product based and go to the captive. Captives are product based companies. If you work it, the exposure is more and the learnings is more, the you will get to know a lot of other things. But again, I don't discourage and say that these are the lowest jobs in consultancy. Consultancy is also good, obviously good. When you are starting your career, if you work on consultancy, the level of grinding you will go through, it makes you to shine anywhere, to be honest. And the same person who started their career in the product base, definitely he cannot go through that grinding and different things of dynamics of the people, he will not understand. So that difference will be there. But ultimately, uh, or if, as a fresher, if you want to start, yes, you can start, because you will be ready to work in 24 by 5 and any shift and all, so you can go ahead. But over a period of time, if you want, any ladies or girls wanted to start, they can focus more on these captives and product, so that you can avoid being into the shifts, and you can avoid being into that grinding. So this is how it works. Hope this video is helpful for you. If you like it, subscribe my YouTube channel. I'm going to provide a lot of value in terms of uh, how to choose the career as an MBA, and a lot of other things I'm planning to get to you guys. Please subscribe my channel, and thank you so much for watching. See you next. Bye bye.